For the best part of 40 years, I believed I had nothing particular to say. I mean, what have I done? Why would anybody care? I've done nothing special in my life. And I'm not the only one that thinks that. We all think our lives are ordinary because we experience them every day. And it was quite a revelation to me to find out that, well, people are interested in me. Now, I'm writing books. I always wanted to write a book and was never capable of doing it. And I'm actually working with clients to develop their own stories and to develop their sense of, this is me, this is what I have to say about the world. But this isn't really just about me, or it's not about me at all. Actually, it's about me convincing you that your story matters. My name's Mike Garner, and I've spent 30 years teaching people how to tell their stories in various ways. Not from some kind of social media or marketing guru type way. I actually stumbled into this by accident when I was chomping away on frozen burgers in France, because they have frozen burgers in France as well. It's not all gourmet, cordon bleu stuff. And I was wondering where my life went wrong. See, I was supposed to be a history teacher. I was the first in my family, and only in my family actually, to go to university. I had it all mapped out. Yeah, then I flunked the finals. I spent 20 years or so sulking basically and feeling like a square peg in a round hole, carrying around the I'm not good enough weight very heavily on my shoulders. Now here's the thing, all those years thinking I didn't fit, I wasn't made for this kind of thing, well, they actually turned into my superpower because I've used them ever since. Because when you think so long about how your story doesn't matter, well, you kind of develop an extra sense of being able to detect in other people all the things that they're missing. And it makes it much easier to help people find their own truth. The frozen burger moment led me to become a translator because I thought, what can I do? I was broke, basically. I said, right, okay, I can speak English, I can speak French. I know, I'll be a translator. You don't know what you don't know. Then I became a copywriter when I got, frankly, tired of translating other people's bad French. And then something else happened. Something I'd never really experienced before, but I developed into someone who helps other people find their voice and find their truth. Last year, I actually had an HR consultant kind of almost break down, but happily break down in front of me, because of the realization that when I told her she was not just a strategist, but she was a mentor to her clients, it was a liberation to her. She just hadn't been able to see it for herself. I've worked with people who thought they were just copywriters until we realised, or until we uncovered the fact that their multicultural background gave them a completely different lens on the world. People who thought they were just coaches until they realised that the transformational power that they have through their own story gives them powers that they can hold, that they can pass on to their clients. Everything we do throughout our lives, from being at school right up until the present day, has an influence on who we are now. Just for example, I'm a copywriter now, I've been a translator, I've been a travel agent in the 80s and the 90s, business travel, developing relationships with people. That's how I first learned how to network. Before that, I've got a degree in history. That means I can work out what's important, what's not important. I can see trends, I can interpret things. I take it right back to when I was a small kid. When I was 6 or 7, my father worked for the railways. We went to Spain every year, and that's when I first saw kids of my age, because obviously kids relate to kids, speaking other languages. I thought, well, this is strange. Why are they not speaking like me? They're speaking in another way. I did think for a while they must think in English, but you unlearn those kind of things. So this channel isn't about marketing, social media hacks, or how to kind of get yourself out there in that sense. It's about something bigger. It's about helping you uncover the story you were meant to tell. Whether you're a solopreneur struggling to relate to your value, or a small team hoping to pull all the strands of the things that you are together, well, believe it, your story matters. So if you're thinking now, just watching this, I've done nothing special, believe you me, I've been there. I spent a lifetime thinking that, and that's exactly why I'm here. Because if I could go from eating crappy frozen burgers in France, thinking I was a failure, sincerely believing I was a failure, to helping people find their voice and making real changes in the world, imagine what you could do if you finally started telling your actual story. So I'd love you to subscribe if you want to kind of carry on with me on this journey. If you're ready to discover the power of stories in general and your story in particular, this is not for likes, follows, subscribers. This is for a unique crowd of optimists looking to make a difference in the world. And I'm sorry if that sounds highfalutin or namby-pamby. That's just the way I am. Because the world needs to hear what people like us have to say. There's too many big gobs out there with nothing to say. So in the coming weeks, I'll be sharing about what I've learned about what it means to share your voice, share your story, discover your voice, and the liberating effect that that has. Overcoming imposter syndrome and self-doubt, and really using your story to create real impact. No fluff, no pretense, just honest conversations about what it takes and what it means to be heard. This is for the optimists. This is for the ones who want to make the world a better place. The ones that know they have something to say, they're not necessarily sure how to say it. Your story matters, and I'm here to help you say it.